Hey everybody, welcome back to pixelhangover.com. We are going to show you, what is this, episode 8, Trials Evolution Users Tracks, episode 8 already. We try to fire one of these out every week, and this week we had quite the collection, so let's get to it. First episode, or first track I should say, is called Deep Space, and this is the craziest freaking track I've ever played. Look at that right there. I, this one I'm going to insist on everybody downloading because it's so crazy. I had a hard time with some areas of it, but it was worth pushing through. Let's put it that way. So many bizarre things happening. If you didn't catch that beginning there, go ahead and rewind and then mute so you don't have to listen to my stupid voice once again. But look at this. I mean, it's really tough to tell, but I mean, I went through this already before, and I still struggled because sometimes I just felt that I didn't have a whole lot of control. But look at this. Look at it right back at the camera. I'm still kind of in awe at this track. Now I think this week I had to heavily edit out some really bad sections because I struggled. I was not on my game. So either people are getting more complicated with their tracks, or that was just a really bad move right there, or I was just a little sleepy. It's been one of those long weeks. But you don't give a crap about that. So this part right here I kind of like it. It kind of slows it down, gives you a chance to catch your breath. Because once again, right here, it's like, okay, I landed it, and this part right here, gravity, boom, watch it, just forces you down. This is like a huge magnet, is what it felt like to me. Like, look at that, I have throttle fully pulled there. It's a tough, right? This part right here, I think I may have edited out all the really bad times, because boy, it took me forever. And it's this part right here that kills you. No, oh boy, I hope I didn't. I hope we don't have to sit through all these because I don't really want to, but it's a good indication of just how tough it is. And this part right here, I think I forgot to edit it out. So how was your week? We're gonna kill some time. So what happens here is you have to, when you swoop back around, you have to go super far for it to even trigger for it to go. You're only halfway there. And it's really hard to tell, but there's a ramp that you have to hit, but you hit it at such an angle in your weird gravity that you don't have much control. And as I look at a note here that says edit out middle of deep space level, see, there's that track, but it's hard to describe the momentum that's happening to you. So I finally got that part down pretty well. It's just this part right here, and that was a bad effort. Hey, yeah, no, we're even close on that one. Oh, do I get it? Oh, that's right. I actually forced myself there. All right. And that's right at the end, of course. And then it shoots you off into space. Very creative. It's called Deep Space. You can look at, I'll have all the details in the show notes here so that you can look them up. This right here is a dead town. I like this one. It's just straight up old school Trials. It's fun. It's got a cool theme. I appreciate the atmosphere and the fact that I didn't see any actual zombies, because I'm kind of zombied out, even though there's some really good stuff out there, like Walking Dead episodes on the. If you haven't played those, by the way, by Telltale Games, they're called Walking Dead episode 1 and 2, $5 each, so worth it. So, anyways, back to what we're looking at here. I love the lighting, the moon. It really seems to shine on everything, and I don't know if that's an effect or if he's doing that on purpose, but it really comes across real well. At least I believe it does. So yeah, short and sweet. I do like the ending of this, and you're going to see about these ramps are really placed real well so that it has a good flow to it. And I can appreciate it. Right here, the rocks come down, and unfortunately it's much more violent and bloody than it needed to be, but we all approve. Thumbs up. It's called Dead Town. Awesome. So the next one. What you're watching is attempt 30 to get it started. That first part, for some reason, I really struggled with. But this one's called Volcano, and go ahead and slap an exclamation point at the end of there. And this one is one of those ones that it's a great concept, has some really awesome spots, but then it has some other areas that I don't think aren't quite fleshed out, or a little off, and at least it's good enough that it makes you push through it. And that's why I did this one, because sometimes I definitely wanted to just say, screw that, this is not going to work. Because I try to pick ones that I'm not going to struggle with or have to do heavy editing, because I don't think anybody wants to see those. Those are called, there's some extreme ones, some hard ones, and if you want to see someone struggle with that for an hour, there's YouTube videos out there. That's not what we're trying to do. Trying to show off some fun ones. So in this one, you got Volcano in the background. It's really cool. It's like they colored the water like lava's flowing down the side of the volcano there, and it's good sound effects. And that's keep your head down on that one. The loops are a little goofy on this one. I struggled, and this part here, see that little cut it? See that edit? Yeah, because that's called 10 minutes of frustration. This right here it is tough. The bike kind of doesn't want to do what you want, and then it doesn't quite have enough juice to get to the top. In this case, I was able to correct it, and I got pretty close. But normally you're not. And then this right here, the perspective change, it flips all the way, so you're driving left instead of right. That's really goofy. And I think I biffed this first one. Yep. And then I go, whoop, and I biffed that one. But this ending's pretty cool. You go back down the volcano at super fast speed, so I like it. And if you come down here, there's if you look in the background, as I'm bouncing off these platforms, you got houses and trees on fire. I think that's a really cool effect. It gives you the feeling that lava is going through. You go through a house that's on fire. Very cool. This is called the Volcano with an exclamation point at the end. And I think I landed even though a tree gets in the way. And there we go. I see the smoke in the background, kind of like lava hitting the water. Love it. A little tough, but it's worth it. This one is another kind of just a typical trials one, but it's really well done, and then it's got a kind of cool thing. I like the sand. It really is a sweet looking sand they got going on here. I haven't played around too much with the editor to the point of knowing if this sand is something that he had to custom make or what. But see the camels in the back? I thought that was cute. And we definitely like to highlight cute things on pixelhangover.com. Cool thing at the end of this map. I also had to edit out a good chunk of this because I'll show you. That's kind of a cool thing right there. Don't know really what it is except for maybe oil. Yeah, obviously it's oil. Don't you love it when you actually try to describe something and you figure out as you're trying to describe it? Right here. This right here. You're gonna probably see an edit. And when I say right here, I mean up here. Get these oil derricks mixed up. Here we go. You see a fade right there. That's called for your entertainment. I didn't want you to see me struggle with this. That right there, that thing's going up and down, and if you don't hit it just right, you don't hit this. And then I actually got all the way here, and I think right here is I'd love it if the checkpoint was a little bit earlier because I biffed it right before that. I had to do it all over again. But you know, trials isn't always about going through real quick. But when you're trying to make a video and you have better runs previously, at least you think you did, it's really frustrating when you're trying to record it. But here we go. Sandstorm, really cool. I like that. Things are getting buried. I think that's a cool effect. And then oh, that's right. I do remember the end of this. This is really cool. You want to stick around for this as we get to the top of the sand dune here. That's a really cool effect. I have not seen that yet in any other tracks. So there we go. There is what you would assume is the exit. No, it's a oasis. So for some reason, and I think I left it in here because I think it's important, I approached this in many different ways, and for some reason it's not easy. It flips you in a really weird way, and like you hit that back tire and then it's hard to correct yourself in the short amount of time you have. So I left it in here because obviously I forgot to edit it, but at least you can see the struggle, and it's worth the payoff's pretty cool here at the end. Look at this. I mean, it's almost like I'm hitting rewind. It's painful to watch. There we go. I got past it. All right, look at this water shrink up like, ah. Obviously, the track is called Need Water. So that's the theme. So as we keep going up here, we get up to the edge, and this is a really cool effect. And you pull up to the edge, and there's the water, and you never quite get there. It's just unfortunate. All right, here we go. This one is unlike anyone I've ever seen before. It's called Loops number 2. I will be up front and say I never finished this one because I tried, and my trial runs couldn't do it. But it's cool enough for most of it here that is worth showing. I'm just pulling the trigger. I got the accelerator down. I found that on any of these, if I try to manipulate myself to try to get a better landing, it just screwed me up. And I thought, well, this is fantastic. I'm going to be able to hold the trigger down and go all the way through. I never could get it. It always got hung up on something. So I think that while it's an awesome idea and super unique and I thought needed to be highlighted, it's one of those things that, it's worth trying. I could not get through it. I tried until I got just tired of it. But it's an awesome idea. Really well done. Right here is where you kind of lose momentum. And I try to correct, and here's the problem. I try to get myself up there, but if you go back to checkpoint, you go back to the beginning. All right, here's the bonus. We threw a 6th one on here. This is Tony Hawk Pros HD. They're doing a special thing for Summer of Arcade. These are Red Link's ones. This is a skill game. It's a remake of the first level of the first Tony Hawk game. This is awesome. If you're a Tony Hawk fan or even just Trials fan, it's worth it. So we're coming up on the end of the video here, and I don't do too well here, but I just wanted to give you a taste of what's out there. This is a whole new section on the Track Central called Summer of Arcade. So go download it. It's fun. And thank you for watching the show. We really appreciate it. We really enjoy doing these, and we have a lot more on the way. And we'd love it if you subscribe. Thanks.